All right, good morning, everyone. Bro. All right, let's start with NASDAQ. 5? Dang. No. Mm, jeez. Okay. All right, on NASDAQ, let's see. We have a lot of zones. We got a couple 4-hour zones right here, 4-hour supply zone. Good morning, good morning. Is the mic really low? Is it? Is the mic low? It is? Damn, I don't know how to fix it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to stay really close to the mic. Every other sentence it goes lower. Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna need a new mic. But I'm waiting to upgrade my setup for when I move out. I've been wanting to buy a lot of things for my setup, but then I keep telling myself like just wait till you move out so you could go all out. All right, I know on this 2-hour time frame we also have a lot of zones. We have this 2-hour zone at the bottom, which I saw yesterday during agent session. It was like a crazy move up, and then we've been consolidating ever since. So I want to see if we continue this push higher or if we go back down. And the way I'm gonna figure that out is hopefully once it touches this 2-hour supply zone, we'll see. I'm thinking if it gets above 545, I think the longs will continue to go higher. If we touch up on this area, maybe even take out this liquidity and then go back down, then I would be thinking shorts. But yeah, the shorts came out from this area yesterday. I think I ended up taking the shorts around this area, somewhere around here, maybe even a little bit lower, probably like right here. And it was clean, right? It was a clean move down. It continued to go all the way down, which I did expect. I did expect a big move down because there wasn't much stopping it on its way down, except the zone down here. So yeah, we'll see how the market reacts at this zone. That's the main thing I'm looking at today. Is once we tap, damn, I'm stuttering. Once we tap on this 2-hour zone, see if we reject it or if we break past it, and then hopefully I take my trade from there. I know we also have a couple more zones. We have this 90-minute supply zone, which we created yesterday once the market opened up. And also after it tapped this area. So this could be a good short area, a good area to long. But I feel like I would only take longs probably if it gets above, yeah, 5:45. And I'd want to see a good candle close as well. Um, yeah. Let's see what else. I know there's more zones. This area down here is also a 45-minute zone. I'm just gonna leave it as a 2 hour, because that's the biggest time frame. Yeah, that was a big move yesterday. Did anyone catch that long? It happened during Asia's session. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think it's because the mic has like a background noise thing, but I honestly don't know how to turn it off. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Around the 15-minute time frame, I see a couple zones as well. I mean, these zones don't really matter because they're kind of far away from price, but they could be good targets for longs or shorts. Oh no, that's it. Yeah, this 15-minute zone could be a good target for shorts if I end up taking shorts up here. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is also a 15-minute supply zone. I won't mark it out though since it's already a 90-minute and a 2 hour zone. Yeah, I like the zones on NASDAQ. I do. Alright, and I think that's it for NASDAQ. How far away is this zone? Oof. Damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my only hope is for NASDAQ to go up. Because that's the closest zone I have. It's not even that close. It's 100 points away right now. And then if the market goes down, it'd have to get past VWAP, then all the way down to the 200s, which is pretty far. But it could get there with a good volatile opening. It's just it's pretty far away. So it's like once we get down here, I've already kind of missed the shorts, which is why I want to take the shorts up here if the shorts do come in. Let's see US 30. I was looking at it earlier. On US 30, there was this daily demand zone right here, and it looks like we bounced off of it yesterday on the daily time frame. Which is cool. I like seeing daily zones cuz they're pretty rare. They don't happen too often. All right, on the 4-hour time frame, let's see. We have this 4-hour zone here. Another 4-hour supply zone up here, which could be a good target if I take longs. Let's see what else. Okay, this is also a 2-hour demand zone, just like NASDAQ. Something that I noticed on US 30 was that 2-hour zone that NASDAQ also has. We ended up getting above this 50% line, which to me makes it seem very bullish. Um, but I can't really judge it too much because we've been chopping on it, so it's not that clear. But usually I'd say this is bullish. But I'm not gonna mark out the zone because of this right here. It's just too choppy. Hopefully we can find a better zone, which I'm pretty sure there is. Um, hmm. I mean, there's really not. Maybe this 30-minute supplies on here. 30-minute. I mean, this could be a zone as well. It's not the best zone, but it looks like that's the only thing that is above price and is close. Okay, we also have this 15-minute zone here, which is all right. You know, it's far away from price, so it's not too helpful. Another thing I was looking at, I think it was a 5-minute zone. I mean, I was looking at this 15-minute supply zone, but I don't think I'll mark it out because, yeah, it got chopped on right here. But we kept rejecting this area here a couple times. It kind of looks like we're rejecting it, but it's too choppy to tell. Yeah, I won't mark the zone. It's a really good zone, though. All right, I think that's it. Honestly, I thought the markets looked a bit better when it came to the zones I was looking at. But I think my best trade idea is going to be on NASDAQ. If it goes up to this 2 hour supply zone that we rejected yesterday, I think that'd be a really good trade, whether it's longs or shorts. 5 minute. Maybe it was this. No. I mean, even with this 5 minute zone, it's pretty small. Usually I lose trades on 5 minute zones. Damn. There's really not much. Alright, we'll see what happens. What time is it? Okay, 9:14. Got like 15 minutes. I'm gonna mark out support and resistance. Do you go live on another platform at 9:30? No, not yet. I mean, I have thought about like going live on Kick because supposedly it's better, but I don't think I will. I'll probably stay on YouTube. I think it. Yeah, I think it's the mic. I was wondering, on you, are you in need of any editor? Um, Low key, I am, but I know someone that was gonna help me with an editor. That's good. So I kind of already found one for the future. Taking my first payout with Apex after 2 years and 70 failed evals. The first end of the account I just bought will never trade intraday drawdown in my life. Yeah, intraday is hard. I'm glad they put the end of day, the new end of day accounts is definitely a huge game changer. There's no other prop firm that has end of day accounts with 20 accounts. It's pretty good. And they just did a 90% sale, which is also good. It's better than their 85% sale. Um the only thing is, even though it is a good sale, I would just make sure you're fine with the activation fees. Right? Especially if you have an end of day, the activation fee is going to be what, 99? So just keep that in mind. But even with the activation fee, like it's still a good return on investment because you're turning like what, 100, probably like $150 into 2,000, right? If you take one payout out of that account, which is really good. Did you see Tradeify 3.0? I didn't. Not yet. I should look at it. I did get an email about it, but I wasn't sure if it came out. Oh, they put 40% off on Tradeify. 5-time use, then 30% off. And it ends today. So if you want to load up on Tradeify, I'd do it today because they have 40% off. But only for 5 times. Tradeify 3.0 is live with TradeC. Mm, is that it? Is that? I thought it was like a new dashboard. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And then okay, cool. Okay, I like their new dashboard. Very clean. They even have the Tradeify TV on the dashboard. Like that's crazy. Cool. Yeah, Tradeify 3.0 looks cool. I'm not sure about TradeC though. I've never tried it. Anyone trade TradeC? I feel like I wouldn't like TradeC if it's like trading on TradingView. Because I don't like trading on TradingView. It's very laggy. Currently on TradeC. How is it? Is it smooth? Is it smooth and is the copy trader good? Because I heard you can use the copy trader on Tracy with like other prop firms. I think. I think. It's better than Tops Up X platform. Very similar. The data is fast. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it. Especially if I could copy trade other prop firms. It is beta. Beta. So I would wait. Yeah. It's brand new. Brand new. Yeah, it probably has a couple bugs, but every platform is gonna have a bug. Just like Tops Up X. Damn, Toss Up X was bad. You guys remember that? When we couldn't even trade certain days because it wasn't working? Okay, I think this is good enough. I charted pretty far away. We got 9 more minutes. I'm pretty sure we have 10 a.m. news as well. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure we have high impact news at 10. Let's see. Yeah, we do. It says 10 a.m. consumer confidence. No idea what that means, but we'll see how it affects the market. And then the Trump tracker is low, so I don't think he has any speeches while the market is opening, which is good. Yesterday I traded, and then afterwards I open up my YouTube and I see Powell speaking. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't know he was speaking. He was speaking at Harvard, Papa Powell. I can't believe this is the last month with him. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like having a different, what is it called? Different chairman? Is I think that's what it's called. It sounds weird. But yeah, having a different person talking during FOMC, it's gonna be exciting. I want to see how the market reacts to that new person. After he leaves, they will turn on the printer and never turn it off. See, at first I was confused, but I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, especially because the Fed chairman, yeah, the new one is like, I think is like Trump's friend or something. So you already know what that means. They coming for that money. They coming for the money. Whatever it takes to get the money, they will do it. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Trump tracker. The Trump tracker is just it says his schedule. So if he's scheduled to have a speech during the market, then it's important to know because when he speaks and the market is open, you don't really know how it's gonna affect the market, right? Most of the time when he speaks, it's choppy unless he says something that's like really important, like it shakes up the markets. But yeah, most of the time when Trump's speaking, especially during New York Open, it'll be choppy. And like if you don't know he's speaking, you'll be confused to why it's choppy. So it's good to know his schedule. It's good to know when he's speaking. The only thing I wish there was I wish there was something that said when he was posting, posting these tweets. I wish there was a tracker for that. That's what really matters. What's your NQ long and short plan? For longs, I'm thinking if it gets above 545 or above 574, then I would long it. But I definitely want to see how it reacts up here. I'm not thinking longs automatically. I want to see if it rejects this area. Or if we break past it, then I would long it. But I think longing it would be the buying would need to be really strong. Yeah, especially if I buy above 550. I mean, either way, it'd be a really good move. Because realistically, I'm really only targeting 50 points. And that'd be good enough. I think this would be a good trade. Or shorts from here. We'll see. If the market goes down and it doesn't go up once it opens up, then I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to watch it for a while because my next zone down is 180 points away, which is pretty far away. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, this move yesterday, what time did it happen? Right around 8:30, 8:30 p.m., right? Yeah, 8:30. And I mean, it's actually a crazy move. Yeah, it went up almost 400 points and then it started consolidating. I feel like a lot of people saw this move, wanted to get in on it, and then they probably got chopped up if they missed it. Got chopped up during London. Okay, 3 more minutes. All the moves are happening overnight. Yeah, shit is crazy. Especially this month, it happened a lot. Yeah. When was it? I think it was someday last week. It dropped like 3% overnight, and then New York Open was like the saddest thing ever. It was choppy. Chopped up, exited with $70, but now a loss. Pretty good, pretty good. Green is green. Okay, about 1 more minute. Yeah, I like Tradeify's new dashboard. It looks clean. I wish they had a better sale, but 40% is good. It's just you can only use it 5 times. But it does end today, so I'm hoping for April they do either the same sell or a 40% sale. We'll see. Yeah, I need to look into Tradesy, which is actually Rhythmic. Oof. I've traded with Rhythmic before with Fast Track Trading. It was all right. It was all right. I can't complain too much. It's just Tradesy reminds me of like Fast Track Trading, and Fast Track Trading, not good memories. I really thought I was gonna get that payout with them, and I didn't. And if you traded with Fast Track Trading, you probably still get letters in the mail from like their case or something. Okay, here's market open. I am hoping it goes up to at least the 500s. If it goes down, like I said, I really won't have a good trade opportunity because it's pretty far away. And it'd have to get below VWAP as well. Today is the last day of the month. It's also the last day of quarter 1, which is exciting, right? We get a new month tomorrow and a new quarter 2. Time's flying by. It really is. On US 30, I'm not really sure I would trade US 30. I think NASDAQ looks a bit better. But it might be too early to tell. Both of them look similar. It's just NASDAQ has a better zone above price. Yeah, the left one's NASDAQ, the right one's US 30. But honestly, I might take US 30 off since I'm really just looking at NASDAQ. Yesterday was a really good opening, but I noticed like after a certain amount of time it was choppy. So it's like if you didn't catch, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Now I see. After 10 a.m. yesterday, it was very choppy. It's like if you didn't catch the shorts the first 30 minutes, maybe you got chopped up because it was very choppy at 10. US 30 looks like it's going down. I do have a 5 minute zone here. Um, but VWAP is right there, so I just wouldn't take this trade. I mean, I'm not. I don't think it's a bad short. I'm really hoping Nasdaq does something better. I don't know. The opening looks more volatile with US 30. I don't like the zones on US 30. 15-minute zone. I mean that zone is valid. The zone that on the 15 minute. I just didn't mark it because I have a 2 hour zone. So I rather focus on the 2 hour zone than the 15-minute zone. It's like on a bigger time frame. Okay, nice. Nasdaq's going up. This is what I wanted. I do want to see it get up to the 500s and see how it reacts from there. Huh. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to judge the open too soon. So far, it looks good though. I like this 5 minute candle close. The 5 minute closed out very strong, which is a good sign. And I mean, I feel like if it's slow the first 30 minutes, it might be because of news, which is fine. The only thing is, like, I'm usually done before 10. So we'll see if I even stick around after 10. Honestly, I might not. I might want to end the month on a good note and not even trade today. The only way I would trade right now is looking like most likely if NASDAQ goes up to the 500s, which it was very close to, but now we're getting farther away. And then on US 30, the zones that I mean, I had this 5 minute zone. I have this 15-minute zone as well. Let me see how it looks. And it does look like a strong zone. We'll see. Maybe I'll take a trade off of this 15-minute zone. But I've been getting burned on US 30. I've been losing quite a bit on it. It's crazy. Like the openings on US 30 in the beginning of the year were crazy. They were strong. And then this month, it's like we don't see that. It's a very slow opening most of the time. And then also for US 30, it's been moving a lot overnight, right? Like in the beginning of the year, it was barely moving overnight. And you'd see the move happen during New York session. And now it's like the opposite. It's been moving a lot overnight. Yeah, if we look at the 1 minute on US 30, it's been chopping up at the zone, which I don't like. So I'm gonna erase the zone because it's not like I'll take a trade off of it. Yo, no cap, I'm getting really lightheaded, and I don't have water. Shit. What time is it? Okay, we got like 7 more minutes for the 15-minute candle. I definitely want to see the 15-minute candle bigger than this. I think if the 15-minute candle stays like this, it'll be a bad sign for sure. You brought me a water? God damn. You guys saw that catch? Oh my god. Shorted and Q. Okay, okay. I mean, you know what? This is a 5 minute zone here that I could take a trade off from, but like I said, I have bad experiences with 5 minute zones. I usually get chopped up on 5 minute zones, which is crazy to think because there's traders that only trade with 5 minute zones. It's crazy. I feel like trading is just like real life, you know? Everyone's different. Everyone has their own way of doing things, and it's just like trading. It's rejecting a 1 hour supply zone. I see the zone, yeah. No, I was someone said, how do I get one of those water fetchers? I did see this 1 hour zone. I decided not to mark it because I marked the 90-minute zone. Which might be bad, but it's just what I usually do. If I see a bigger time frame zone, then I try to force myself to just wait for price to touch up on that one. So that's why I didn't mark the 1 hour zone because there's a 90-minute zone there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I was to trade this 1 hour zone, yeah, I don't think I would. I mean, maybe. Yeah, if I was to trade this 1 hour zone, I would have taken shorts here and I would have gotten stopped out. But I didn't mark the 1 hour zone because there's a 90-minute zone inside of it, which is on the bigger it's a bigger time frame zone. We'll see if the market even touches it though. It's getting very close. Most of my zones are 5 minute zones. Yeah, I know a lot of traders that just trade 5 minute zones and it works fine with them. Yeah, I actually had a student. He recently just got a payout. He got a $2,000 payout yesterday, and he only trades 5 minute supply zones, but he uses the Fibonacci to enter. But you know why it works? It works because he has a consistent way of entering, exiting, and taking profit. That's why it works. If you do something consistent, it'll work. Yo, I just thought about this guy that DM'd me yesterday on Instagram, and he was asking me about social media and stuff and like how to get better at it. And he was saying that he was scared to post clips of his trading because he was scared that someone was gonna steal his strategy. And I was like, you could tell someone your strategy and they're still gonna be profitable because it's not 100% strategy, right? It's like a mental game. You could know a strategy, you could still not do it, right? You could still do other things. And then he was like, "Oh, but wouldn't the market change because a lot of people trading that way?" And I was like, "No, like 90% of us are trading sim funded accounts. So our trading doesn't even really affect the markets." I just thought that was funny. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, this the opening range on Nasdaq is pretty small. The candle's closing out strong, which is good. The only thing is the size of it is small. Smaller than usual. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it does look like we're rejecting that 1 hour zone. Let me mark it down. I mean, if I mark it down, it look crazy because I have a lot of zones in that area. I mean, I do have a 10-minute zone here. I could take a trade off from. If it closes below 387, I could take a short. And I could target VWAP. We'll see. You guys see how you guys see that the last minute of the 15-minute candle it creates that wick. That's that bullshit I hate to see. Like honestly, that's that weird stuff. Literally on the last minute, it did that nasty wick. That's weird. Well, I marked down the opening range. Like I said, it's pretty small, so it should be easy to break out of, but only if more volume kicks in. Right now, it looks very low volume, especially on the smaller time frame. So I'd want to see this pick up, but again, it might be waiting for news. So yeah. How was the protest the other day? I don't do protest. I never will do a protest. I don't think I will. They sound dangerous. Does he use a 70% retracement? He does. I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, cuz he learned from Doyle and I think Doyle uses that. But yeah, he got a payout just by doing that consistently. Cuz his main issue was like over trading, not trading his setup. And I was like, okay, let's see what your actual A plus setup is, and let's only do that from now on. And he only did that, and it got him a payout, and it got him funded as well doing that. But yeah, yo, my girlfriend funny. She says she might go on long. Okay, right here we touched up on this 90-minute zone. Okay, this is where I wanted Nasdaq to tap. If it gets below 466, then I might short it. I would long it, but only if it gets above 513. US 30 looks like it bounced off of VWAP. It still looks really choppy and it's still inside of this pre market range. So I don't plan on trading US 30 still. What time is it? Okay, it's about to be 9:50, so we got like 10 more minutes for news. This is also the last minute of the 5-minute candle. So if this 5 minute closes outside of the opening range, definitely could be a good sign for longs. Holy shit. Alright, I did not expect that, I'm not gonna lie. 30 more seconds for the candle to close. Yeah, that was a crazy move. That looked like a news candle. Five 13. It did close above 513. Here's the retest. I don't want to see it get below 505. I'd want to see it break the highs if I'm taking a long. Yeah, I want to see a bounce from this area. That was a good 5 minute candle close though. That was also a huge move. 50 point 1 minute candle. Yeah, I definitely want to see it bounce at this white line if I'm gonna go in long. So far, it is bouncing at the white line. So now I'd want to see it break the highs. I'd hate to see this move sideways from here. 2 more minutes for the 5 minute candle to close. All right, I'm in a long here. I'm gonna put my stop loss at, what is this? 498. Right at this wick here. And let's see how that plays out. I'm gonna try to target 575, which is yesterday's high. All right, I'm gonna break even here. This is over 1 to 1. We also have news in 5 minutes, so I'm glad I'm break even. If I'm in a trade during news, I want to make sure I'm break even at least. Okay, I mean, we got a 5 minute candle close above 545. So it is looking good for the longs. The only thing I'm worried about right now is news in a couple minutes. Okay, I got hit break even. So I'm probably gonna wait for news now. It could bounce again down here. Yeah, I want to see 10 a.m. Okay, this is where I want to see if it bounces. If it bounces from here, then obviously I still stay bullish. But if this 15-minute candle closes below 513, then I think it'd be pretty bearish. So we'll see what the next 2 minutes give us. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like it's bouncing from here. Yeah, it definitely bounced from there. Yeah, I really didn't want to break even there, but I was just scared because of news. And I was up over a 1 to 1. So I usually do break even like that. Yeah, it looks like this 15-minute candle is obviously very bullish. It's just kind of hard to take a trade now with the news coming out soon. 10 seconds. Yeah, that's tough. That was my TP. Yeah, I definitely want to long it, but US 30's at this 30-minute supply zone. Well, since this 15-minute candle did close above 545, I wouldn't want to see it get below 545. I'd want to see it really bounce off of here. I think it looks very bullish. Even though the longs did come out strong, there is definitely a bit of a choppy pattern. So usually, like, since I'm so bullish, I would long it at the top, but I don't think I would do that today, especially since it took out yesterday's what is it, previous high, which was my target, but I got stopped out break even. Yeah, just it wouldn't be good to long it where my TP was. I mean, I'm also looking at US 30 since it tapped this 30-minute supply zone. Yeah, US 30 so far looks like it's rejecting this supply zone. And on the 1 minute time frame, it is breaking the wick slower. The only thing is, if I short it here, the stop loss is going to be very tight. So I'd want to short US 30 a bit higher. Cheese. You got hit break even? No? What do you do? Into what? Into the news. So you lost? How much? 250? How much? Say it. Oh, you lost less than 250. That's good. So you foam it at the top. It's okay. I thought the news channel was gonna be fucking crazier. Yo, man, you're distracting me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like I was thinking shorts on US 30, but the stop loss would just it'd be too tight. It wouldn't really make sense. And then Nasdaq looks so bullish. It's like, damn. Oh my god. Bro, I'm thinking about like never breaking even again. Damn. I'm very surprised the opening range breakout played out this well. Yeah, I still really like the shorts on US 30, but I don't know. I'd probably have to get back on a pullback, which it might not do. Nasdaq's tapping back in this area where it did bounce off of earlier, right here where I took the longs. So we could bounce here again, but I don't know. The 1 minute candlesticks don't look so pretty. So the 5 minute does though. Yeah, I like the sell off. Especially since I didn't realize this earlier, but Nasdaq as it was approaching yesterday's highs, it slowed down quite a bit. You can see on the 5 minute time frame. And then it sold off very quickly. I'm thinking about shorting Nasdaq if it breaks the lows. Okay, which it did. So I'm gonna put my stop at 23. All right, fuck that, dude. Bro, oh my god, I'm done. I'm not even. I'm not gonna risk it for the biscuit today. Why am I shorting, bro? I literally just shorted because we closed the book. What am I doing? What am I doing? Maybe I'll risk it on US 30. Like I like US 30, but it either has to retest his white line or all the way up here. Jesus. Nah, fuck Nasdaq. Not. She being toxic today. She really not. Like the longs really played out well and the shorts. Honestly, I think the shorts are gonna pop in, but my entry was just bad. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I don't know. I might call it a day. Honestly, don't want to. Yeah. Hit your T, your stop loss, and then went right back down. No, I'm thinking about it. I'm back. I really do want to short US 30 here, but it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be an A+ setup. It just wouldn't. It'd really be a continuation trade, which is why I want to take it. And this bitch is shorting. Like I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Like, oh my goodness. I'm sorry for my cursing, but what else can I do, right? I should have shorted it. Oh my god. I've been calling the shorts and this bitch is shorting. Ain't no fucking way, bro. I'm literally sweating bullets. I I can't. I can't. Is it actually gonna short or is this a fake out? Let's see. If it's a fake out, I'll definitely call it a day. I just know it's not though. I'm expecting US 30 to go down to VWAP. That's what I'm expecting. That's why I wanted to short it. If I would have gone in short, I probably would have been break even already. If I shorted it all the way up here when I was thinking about shorting it, I would have hit TP. Yeah. I I don't know what to say. It's like I didn't short US 30 because I was like, oh, okay. If I short it here, the stop loss will be too tight. So let me not short it. Let me wait for a pullback. And then I saw this green candle pulling back to this. It didn't touch the white line, but it got very close. And then I was thinking about shorting it right there when it broke this 1 minute wick. And then I was like, okay, I was thinking about placing an order short here, which if I did, I mean, I'd still be in the trade. It wouldn't have hit TP, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. I didn't take the short down here because I clearly already missed it all the way up here. Damn, this is. What am I. I can't even be mad. The only thing I could be mad about is this fucking short I took on NASDAQ. Which the only reason I took is because it closed below 5 513. So I was like, okay. It bounced off of here earlier. So let me short it because we're breaking past it now. Which is not, it's not an A plus setup. It's just not. Yeah, that's, I would say the only mistake I did today was shorting NASDAQ right here. It's not a usual trade I would take. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, like a lot of my losers are the perfect entry for the opposite direction, and that's exactly what it was. I fucking bottom ticked this shit the wrong way. Literally. And then this trade played out really well. I had the target perfectly. I've been thinking about the target since a couple hours ago. I was like, damn, if I take longs, this up here would be a really good target. And that was my target for the long. Then I hit break even because I was like, let me hit break even because the news about to come out. And fucking, I hit break even and go straight to TP. And the news candle didn't even do shit. The news candle wasn't even like a real news candle, you know? It's not like a regular crazy candle. I guess the good thing about today, even though it's a red day for me, it's smaller than yesterday's win, which I like to keep it that way. And here it is fucking like I literally this is this is this is this is how I get gray hairs. I would have hit TP if I FOMO'd in the shorts. Trading's hard mentally. I'm gonna just say that because shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Damn. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. And go with your gut. Cause I shorted it here. When did I short this? Yeah. I shorted this. I shorted Nasdaq when I should have shorted US 30. Like literally the only reason I shorted Nasdaq, not only because of where it closed, but because I saw US 30 shorting. And then because I see US 30, I short Nasdaq. That's the wrong thing to do. Wrong thing to do. Definitely made a couple mistakes, but I learned from them. I learned from them. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go get coffee and get away from the desk and call it a day here. So, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Am I done? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pissed too, but I'll be fine later. And I definitely gotta be fine tomorrow, right? Because it's a new month. So it's like you can't bring in yesterday's issues into today. Yeah, it's Wednesday tomorrow. You're still up 40K for the year. I mean, yeah, I got 80K in payouts for quarter one, which is insane because that's almost all of the payouts that I got last year, and I didn't win quarter, which is crazy. But the only reason I did that was because of having 20 accounts. Nothing different, nothing changed. So we'll see. I still have the funded accounts. How much drawdown do I have? 1,500, which is pretty good. That's about, I would say, like 6 to 8 losses in a row, and I'll blow these accounts, which is pretty rare. It's definitely possible, but if you're patient enough to wait for a good trade, you can last with this small of drawdown. So I'm not too worried. I'm just excited for the new month. We'll see. But yeah, there was a lot of good opportunities that I missed. I would say the main mistake was being bearish on US 30 and then thinking that just because US 30 was bearish, Nasdaq was going to be bearish too. That was my mistake, which I've learned a lot before, but I get reminded. I get reminded. And then here, I knew why I was thinking short, right? Because we rejected up here and I was going to target VWAP. But if I took the entry here, technically it would have been a late entry and it wouldn't have been an A plus setup. So it's like, even though it was a good short, in reality for me it's not, right? Because it's not a A plus setup. The best short was all the way from up here, which I did want to take, but I thought the stop loss would be weird. Yeah. Shit happens. Can't be perfect. Um, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna journal this later because I do want to see how the market plays out. And yeah, I feel like I should also start journaling my missed trades because I feel like they're just as important as the missed trades. But all right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope that you guys had a way better day than me. Yeah. Okay, I love you too. Be careful. Okay. I lost 39K on money first time trading before learning about funded accounts. Jeez. You could still spend a lot of money on funded accounts. I mean, I know a lot of, not a lot, but on social media, like you'll see a lot of people getting into credit card debt from funded accounts because they're like, oh, it's only a $50 valuation. That's nothing until they buy like 10 of them. Then that shit adds up quick. 1 minute time frame will trick you every time, and not every time. Why you in a short though? I'm not in a short right now. I was thinking shorts on US 30 after it tapped this 30-minute supply zone and started moving down. But I didn't take it. Didn't take it. Didn't take it. And then I saw US 30 shorting, so for some reason I thought Nasdaq was short as well, and it didn't. I don't know why it took the short on Nasdaq when it clearly was better on US 30. I don't know, guys. But we live and we learn. Well, all right. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.